Hello, Sister Goons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All. Now we're in Act 2, Asterix and the Normans, which I believe was the actual name of the comic, but again, I could be wrong. Also, please excuse the noise in the background. That's because I have a fan going, and I am not sweating my ass off, okay? Alright, so in the last video, we managed to get introduced to this character, just for kicks. Now, he was also a part of the original story. In the movie, he was kidnapped by Vikings, so that way they could teach him the concept of fear. But they want to do that here too, but it's a lot less grandiose, if you will. But we also start this video off with basically a mini game, which is racing. Basically, you're just jamming the I believe it's the A button on the Switch, so that way you can outrun Obelix. Sorry. Brain's thinking faster than my mouth. Sorry, but yeah, it's not that difficult. You just need to keep jamming the button over and over and over again, and that's also not the last time that we're gonna see it. Trust me. Thankfully, though, it didn't last very long, and we're back to standard gameplay affairs, but. Sorry about that. I had a very bad sneeze before I started recording, so that's why my throat's a little sore, and I may need a swig of water. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyway, so basically what's going on here is that Just for Kicks is supposed to be learning how to be a true Gaul instead of this emo, like this emo edgy 2000s kid. That's the general idea. So that's what Asterix and Obelix are here for. They're here to teach him. But unfortunately, the Normans come about and somewhat ruin the plan here. Well, I say somewhat. It's more of an interesting challenge for these guys because Vikings are, well, at least the Normans depicted here in this universe are kind of like the tough as nails, we aren't afraid of anything sort of guys. And they're very delusional to the point that they think fear is how you can fly. But you know, it's ridiculous, it's goofy, it's a typical Asterix affair. But anyway, oh shit, jet. Anyway, in the game, however, Normans only come in one type of enemy, and they're the big guys. Meaning that you cannot grab them. Like, you can't grab them as, like either as Asterix or Obelix, you can't grab them. But that doesn't mean that the Romans don't have any time to shine in here, because, you know, apparently you need to shoehorn in as many Roman stuff as you can in the Asterix series, because otherwise you'll forget what kind of series this is. But you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, I don't mind the Romans being the main enemies of a story, like with Mansion of the Gods, for example. In that story, Caesar basically wanted to build a hotel. Well, what's the equivalent of a hotel in Gaul, so that way the villagers would be driven out, but also they unexpectedly turned, like, they actually embraced the Roman way of life. So so they basically became like the Romans, you know, like when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But unfortunately, this led to a lot of plights on their land, and also it meant that the ones like like uh like let me slow down for a sec and actually try to do something here. So one of the reasons that the Gauls have lasted this long against the Romans is because of Getafix's potion. Increases their strength, their speed, all that jazz, right? But I also think that it's because they have numbers on their side. Like one Gaul can equal an entire army if they wanted to, right? So when it's just Asterix, so when it's just Asterix but without the potion, then yeah, no, it is not good whatsoever. And also because of and also because of the Romans occupying the area because of their hotel, it's also driving out the wild boar, which is typically the Gauls' main food. So I don't. Oh wait, no. Obelix can pick them up. Shit, I fucking made a liar out of me, game. right. Also, this dude in the movie, this guy was voiced by Bender himself, John DiMaggio. Or if you're not familiar with the Futurama, Jake from Adventure Time. Like, dude's been in a lot of stuff, and he's one of the most recognizable actors, I would say, in voice acting history. But there are other contenders for that. I'm just saying. But either way, what was I gonna say about Mansion of the Gods? Oh, right. The food supply. See, well, actually, that actually brings a bit of a point for the game. Well, actually, for the general lore, I should say. So, I'm pretty sure that you've noticed that whenever I switched from Obelix to Asterix, or whenever a bunch of enemies come around for the first time, Asterix takes a swig from his flask, right? Well, that flask contains Getafix's potion. Now Obelix cannot have any, and there's reason for that. Because he fell into the pot of potion when he was a baby. And the effects of the potion are permanent on him. However, Mansion of the Gods provides a bit of an interesting weakness for him. You see, one of the main things about Obelix is that he gets hungry pretty often, right? Right, like, you could feed this guy an entire restaurant and he'd still have room for lunch, right? But Mansion of the Gods shows that without food, he the effects of the potion start to wear off, and he goes through what looks like some kind of withdrawal symptoms, right? Now, I do think that's an interesting idea, and it does somewhat work for, actually, I think I'm I think I'm starting to lose track of what I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So back to the story. Well, back to the story for the game, really quick. So, basically, what's going on here is that we are trying to find a character called Cacophonix, and he is the bard. But if you want to go by RPG stuff, like, he is the bard for the village. Oh, sorry, like that attack right there I mentioned, like, last part, it was that is fucking annoying, especially when you have multiple recolors of that dude, and they just keep chipping away at your health like nothing, like no tomorrow. God damn. Sorry, I fucking hate that guy. Okay. So, as I was saying, if you want to go by RPG logic, if you want to go by RPG stuff, Cacophonix is the village's bard. However, the joke with him is that he's a terrible singer. In fact, this is brought up to the point. Well, actually, in the early days, at least, everyone would just try to run away because he would start playing music, right? Well, mainly he would start singing. It's his singing that makes him terrible, right? So, sorry. So, nowadays, the general idea with him is that if he starts singing, one of the characters is gonna knock him over the head, so that way they don't have to listen to him. And I don't know why, but that kind of slapstick's always funny to me. Just like, oh my god, just stop! It's not to face the music, so to speak. You're not good at this stuff. Oh, pardon me, sorry. So, but also another joke is that Cacophonix feels very unappreciated, unwelcome, I believe, in the village. So a lot of times he either insults everyone for not having class or charm, and in this story's case would tries to go somewhere else where his talents would be appreciated. Now, it doesn't necessarily work all the time, but this is one of the few stories where his singing actually has a nice payoff. If you know the story, then I am not going to spoil it, but it will be at the end of the video, so just bear that bit in mind, okay? So, yeah. I should also mention, for the acts in the game at least, they vary in length. You know, some are shorter than others, but you know, there's not that many acts, right? Like, we're almost a third done with the game, so, you know, I like to think of this as like, each act is a sixth of the game, so we are almost a third done, right? No matter the size of the act itself, right? Because spoiler warning, I got about 4 more weeks of this. I got about 4 more weeks of this video, so yeah, bear that in mind. And now that we have Cacophonix back in our party, we can head on back to the Normans. Yeah, and also the stage names are somewhat puns, which, I mean, I do that too with my videos, and also chapters in stories I write. But you know, that's But you know, that's a thing for a different time. But we now have pirates in this level, and I mean like they're nothing that you haven't seen before. But this time we're actually seeing the big guys actually hurt me. But you know. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I am mainly sticking with Asterix here because mainly because I like how he handles more than Obelix. Like nothing on the big guy. I do have a bit of a soft spot for big guys doing fat amounts of damage, but you know, he's kind of slow. And honestly, I do appreciate speed over power in a lot of cases, so yeah. Oh, and actually, I think I may have forgotten to edit out some footage here. At least I think I did. Like, I don't know. I know I died at one place during a level, and I had to restart the whole thing. But I don't remember if that was here or later on, because yeah, you can die in the game. In fact, a couple of times I nearly died at a boss, mainly Redbeard though. So you know, you can die if you're not careful enough, but you know, just try to watch yourself, and you should be all right. And I don't think so. And I'm also going through these little alcoves here because of points, and also because I mean, like, that's the main reason why you do any of this. It's for points. You know, a big number go up. You know, it's one of the small things, but a lot of beat 'em ups have this. You need this kind of thing to, you know, make the player go, ooh, is there something over here? Maybe health? Because they may be low on it because at this point in the game they may be low on it. So it's only reasonable to assume so, you know. Anyway, I am not swinging the big guys around or switching to Obelix here because while he can take care of them with a few slaps, I think it's a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little more consistent to just wail on him with Asterix, because the slap that Obelix does, it is basically an instant knockout, but he has to slap them several times to signify that their health, basically you can't see enemy health bars. So what Obelix does is that when he slaps people, he does it multiple times to basically get rid of all their health. Now, how many times he does it depends on the enemy health. And if he has to do it a lot, then that means that that means that enemy was fully healthy. If he only does it like once or twice, that means that he can knock him out almost instantly. But when you try to do this move, like against multiple enemies at once, it leaves him open to attack, and there's no invincibility frames while you're doing that. So it is a bit annoying, but that's why I don't do it all that often, and I tend to stick with Asterix. And also, if I grab anybody with Obelix, I tend to just chuck them to the other end of the screen. So okay, now we're on to the boss fight for this level. Well, for this act, I should say. Sorry. I mean, another swig. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so now as you can see by the Viking's face, dear God, basically this is the entire joke. When cacophonic scenes, everybody runs because it's so bad. Now, now we have the boss battle with him. And really, he's nothing special. He's nothing we haven't seen before. You know, the Roman Centurion, Redbeard, basically the same thing. And you may want to get used to that because it's pretty much most of the bosses in the game. Although, just bear in mind that he can hit his own, like, he can harm his own allies. So be mindful of that and take advantage of it when possible. Like right now. So, yeah. It is a bit annoying when the bosses block, but you can break it by basically doing the jump power attack, which is basically a spinning lariat for Asterix and a butt stomp for Obelix. But sometimes it does manage to stagger enemies, but it doesn't always work in my experience. So, you know, just do whatever damage you can, and it should be okay. But yeah, there isn't much to the fight like at all. In fact, bosses don't really improve much from here, and most of them are either the Centurion battle or the Redbeard fight from earlier, but you know, with a different different enemies and all that jazz. But you know, it is one part of the game that I will give it flack for, but, you know, at least it's somewhat consistent. Yeah, see that? See how long it took Obelix just to slap one enemy to death? If there was any more on screen, that would have been enemies would have taken advantage of that like no tomorrow. So, you know. And also, because of the song, the Vikings now know fear, and and I think they're gonna try to learn how to fly, but you know where that goes if you know the story, or by chance seen the movie. It has been dubbed into English, which is how I first saw it, and it actually wasn't bad. You know, I still have a bit of attachment to that film for the series because it is the first one that I saw. But as an appreciator of animation, I think all of them have their own merits. Even the original Asterix the Gaul movie, despite it being very limited, like it looked like it was made by Hanna-Barbera, kind of limited, you know. But, you know, and as soon as this cutscene is over, we have finished the second act. We're a third done with the game, and at this point, I think it's about time that I wrap things up. So, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and for more content. I do have some other plans for videos, but those will come later down the line. And the next milestone that we'll be celebrating is 500 subscribers. I do have an idea for that, but again, I'll wait and see what happens. So, until next time, Sociogoons, remember, reach for the stars.